welcome back to my channel. So today's video I'm going to show you what our house looked like before and what our house looks like now. So it's going to be a house reveal of our first home that we have, and I couldn't be any more excited for this day to come. I've been wanting to show our house off for a while just because we're so happy with the way our house turned out and we are just so in love with our place. But before showing you some of the videos of what our place looks like now, I'm going to talk through briefly of the minor things that we did. As far as renovations go, we did 3 major things before moving in, and that was replacing all the carpet in the entire house, just because the carpet previously was a bit dirty and we just wanted something fresh to start off with. And we also gave all the inside walls a nice touch of fresh paint. The house looks so much bigger with the fresh paint on, and we just love everything about it. And then also, lastly, we also installed baseboards throughout the entire condo. So, okay, without further ado and less rambling, let's just go right in and look at the videos of before and after. About 5 months into living in our condo, we discovered a water leak in this restroom, so we needed to replace the tile, which is what you see here. This was not a renovation that we did before moving into the house. Okay, what did you think about the renovations? Can you tell that there's a huge difference? Because we can definitely see night and day. I mean, we live in this space, but we love it so much, and I'm just very happy to share it with you guys. But as far as the house tour goes, that's pretty much it. I also wanted to share some things that I have learned along the way as being a first-time home buyer, so if you don't really care about this, then you can just end the video here. If you want to hear me out, continue watching. So there are some things that we had learned, and I feel like I needed to share them with you because in case you are looking for a place or are in a position to get a house, here are some things to consider. One of them is make sure you know what your needs and wants are. So for us, we had a certain guide list that we had created that we needed to make sure fit our needs and wants. I think that just helps narrow down your options as to what's on the market and make sure that you're really going to feel comfortable and really, the most important part, love the place that you're going to live in. Another thing is to understand the location you are interested in moving to. So maybe do some research behind certain things that you're looking for, like if it's a school or if it's like a friendly neighborhood or like less crime related things. just things that you are interested in and really care about. I would say make sure to put that into your consideration when buying a home. I know this may sound like common sense, but you can forget about these things when you're looking at homes online, when you just are like hard eyes with this house, but then it's not in the best location that you wanted, or it doesn't really go with the guidelines of what your wants and needs are. So it's best to kind of like steer right back into what you're looking for, where it's going to be at, and make sure that it definitely fits your criteria. Because when we were looking for homes, we were looking during what was considered like the hot market. Maybe it's still a hot market. We had put in like 10 plus offers within like 3 months, and we just kept getting outbidded. We kept feeling as if we were never going to get a home that we were going to love and appreciate. So I think with that rolls into my next advice, or things that I learned along the way, is just patience. There will be a home that pops up, or something that pops up where you're like, this is exactly what I'm looking for, and it may not be within the time frame that you were hoping for, or better, if it is sooner than you're expecting. Definitely go for it. And if you don't get it, then just know like there could be something even better, or maybe that house or place wasn't meant to be, if you want to look at it in an optimistic way. But just definitely have patience, because you're going to probably go through a few offers before you get your dream place or your next home. Lastly, when it comes to buying homes, is to know your budget. I would say from personal experience, again, this is not like me being some realtor person who knows it all, or like a real estate agent. Like, I don't know anything about the market, to be honest. This is just all from my personal experience. But when it comes to budget, you want to make sure that you can afford what you're going to buy, right? I hope so. But it's best to know your budget. And I will say that for us, we were looking with a certain amount of budget, and every home that we were looking at just wasn't meeting our criteria of needs and wants. So we did bump up the budget by a couple grand, and we ended up getting the place of our dreams. The location is perfect. The community is awesome. The house itself has good structure, bones, and we're just so beyond lucky. And so I think with that being said, within your budget, if you see a place that is like a few grand over than what you were hoping for, so like 2 grand or 5 grand or whatever it is, I would say still go for it. If it's well over your budget and you're just like, there's no way I can do this, then just don't even consider it. But it is something to keep in the back of your mind, to know that your budget price may go over a little bit if it's something that you're really wanting. Of course, be responsible about your options of how much you're willing to go over your budget. And the next 2 things are based off of renovation experience that we went through, and I think it's best to say that before hiring anyone, make sure to agree on a price before any work is done. So, or before any work gets started. And I say that because we were just so excited to move into our first home ever that we were like, yeah, just get everything started and we'll talk about the price after. But that's not the way to go about things. We ended up having to kind of lower the price at the end, and it made things a little, I wouldn't say awkward, but just like it could have been avoided if we would have just agreed on the price firsthand instead of dealing with it later. And the second thing with renovations are to make sure to see the person's work or past experience and make sure it fits what you're looking for. So they could say that they're really good at whatever it is they're gonna do, and then you see it in person and you're like, it's not really what you were looking for. We definitely had experience with that. The guy was so sweet. He did his genuine work, but it was just, it's okay for now, and unfortunately we're going to have to eat the cost again sooner than later to replace his work, because it's starting to get a bit damaged. So that too could have been avoided if we would have seen his work before, or just went with someone a bit more professional, instead of like our situation was one of the workers who was renovating our house said, hey, I know a guy, or hey, I know a buddy, and we were just like, okay, if you know him, he must be good, right? Right? But I would say just kind of keep that in the back of your mind, and if someone recommends someone, say that's great, I would love to see their work, or unless you know them, then that's cool too, and trust them. It all comes down to trust and knowing what they can do. But if there's anything more that you would like to know about our house that I did not mention, feel free to comment below and I will try my best to answer it. Of course, only real serious questions, nothing silly. Well, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I look forward to showing more of my vlog life with you guys. It's not all going to be about houses, it's just going to be about things that happen in my life. So stick around if you're interested. I'll see you guys until next time. Bye! So now we're a solid week and 1 day into owning the house, and this is the current mood. Sitting on the floor, walls painted, installing a kitchen sink or faucet that took forever, longer than we expected, but these are the moments that we're gonna forever cherish. And just looking back at this video and seeing everything we've done
I'm not gonna cherish.
You're not gonna cherish this moment?
I'm not gonna cherish installing the sink.
Why?
Because it was a pain in the
But you can cherish the fact that you don't have to do it again, right? Are you ever gonna install a sink if we have to in the future, like if something happens?
It depends how old the old sink was.
Oh, that's true. That's what made it super tough for you, is that it was old and rusted and just a pain to get out.
Yeah, this one has a nice little tool that you can unscrew the main nut from. You don't have to go out and buy all these tools, it just comes with this plastic thing. If the other one had that, it would have been off really quickly, and then we wouldn't have had to buy all these tools. This tool, this thing, which in theory sounds really cool, but it's actually on the remote.
Oh my god.
You can't multitask.